Is it possible that a simple molecule added to your water could revolutionize your health? Or could this simple little bottle of water be the answer to slowing down the aging process and giving you a longer, healthier life? Well, today we're going to talk about hydrogen water. Exactly what is hydrogen water? What did the studies say about it? And I'm going to share with you my 2 months of taking hydrogen water, and I'm going to give you my results with this little Echo Go Plus bottle. And I'm going to tell you why I chose this one and how to use it and all of that. Hi, my name's Adele and welcome to Forever Young. So what exactly is hydrogen water? Well, actually it's H2O, which is just water, and then it's H2, which is a hydrogen molecule gas added to the water, and that gives you hydrogen water. And let me tell you, there are some amazing benefits to this. With over 1,400 peer-reviewed medical published studies on hydrogen water. As a matter of fact, in 2007, there was a study from Nature magazine, and they were actually saying that the hydrogen molecule is the smallest molecule in the universe, and it is actually able to penetrate every cell in your body, including the blood-brain barrier. Now, this is monumental because when you think about it, every disease is caused by chronic inflammation or oxidative stress. So therefore, it can be beneficial for everything. Now, there's really too many studies for me to put them all, in the description box like I usually do. I will put the one from the Nature study, the Nature magazine study from 2007. But while I was doing all my research, I actually looked up so many studies. I started this 4 months ago when I heard about hydrogen water. And I looked up about 50 studies. It took me 2 months. I mean, literally, I hadn't heard of this, so I was very interested in it. And before I ever brought it to you, I wanted to try it and I wanted to see all the studies. So I found out that the Echo technology company that makes this bottle actually has a website that says hydrogenstudies.com. And they've put all the studies together, which is phenomenal. So I'm going to save you some time. I'm going to put that one down below, and you can actually look at different diseases that have, and different medical conditions, and it will tell you the study on every one of those. So this was fantastic, and I was so happy, to be able to see that. It just made it a lot easier. But what are some of the effects of hydrogen water? Well, one thing, if you exercise, it can help you to recover much faster. It's great for joint pain, cardiovascular, diabetes, gut issues, helps with the skin. It really helps to hydrate you. And I'm going to share some of my things, as soon as I kind of talk about generally some of the benefits. It's been known to work on, some of the studies are showing that people with tumors is actually after 4 months of drinking hydrogen water, it shrank the tumors. So this is phenomenal. And it's not something that's just hearsay. These are actually studies all over the country. Researchers and scientists are very, very interested in this. Japan has been researching and using hydrogen water since the 1950s and 1960s, but now we can get it in bottles like this. And this has been around for a while, the Echo. So other things, allergies, it helps with allergies. If you have any kind of gut problems, if you have anything like gluten intolerance, for instance, or leaky gut or anything like that. I mean, 99% of us have different things in our gut from all the food, all the glycosates and all the things that we eat every day, the air, nothing is the same anymore. So we have to do things. And I've done a lot. So I do a lot of things. And most of the things that I have done, I've done for 8 years. So this, or 9 years, or maybe even longer, but some of the modalities I use, like my sauna and different things. So for me, this was a whole new ball game, and I really wanted to get into it and find out what all the the to-do was about. It's been helped to help with dementia. Alzheimer's is a big deal because it works right on the brain, this hydrogen water. So it's fantastic. I mean, it just goes through the blood-brain barrier. That's why it's so interesting for all the researchers and the studies on it. So not many things can do that. So this is really a wonderful breakthrough, and we're able to get it in a water now. Now, I want to talk about if you have allergies, if you have sleep issues, this hydrogen water can help you, high blood pressure. If you want to exercise and you're older, like myself, but if you haven't exercised and you can't get that get up and go, it's really interesting because people have been known to take the hydrogen water. They just have a lot more energy and they're able to start that exercise program that they couldn't do before. Now, some of the benefits that I've had, 2 months, okay? Basically, you fill the little thing with water. I'm going to show you in a minute. It has 8 ounces of water in here, and you press a little button, it'll give you hydrogen. But what I did was I drank the 3 bottles a day, which is what they recommend. And basically, I think it was like the first week I just felt kind of good, you know, I was kind of looking to see what happened, but I was already gave myself, I was going to do this 2 months. I'd say about 2 weeks later, I noticed when I went to the gym and came home, usually I would get achy about 4 hours later. Nothing. I could not believe it. Now, some of you might know about the accident I had when I was 69 years old. I flew in the air and I tore my hamstrings right off my pelvic bone. I actually wrote a video, or not wrote a video, I did a video on all of my accident, and that is a very serious accident. I had to have my hamstrings muscles all attached to my pelvic bone, and it was a 14-month rehab of loading my leg up to where now I'm at 170 pounds. I had to bring back those muscles, and I was in pretty good shape to begin with. As being an ex-athlete, an ice skater, a dancer, I was in pretty good shape, so that saved me, and I have a video if you want to watch it called Surviving the Fall. But the reason I mention that is because it was really, really hard. I mean, when I was working out, finally getting to the gym after having physical therapy at home, that leg was just like gone, and they had to keep loading it and loading it. I had never heard of that, and I would just be so achy. And I have shared in some of my videos of how I had a back problem to begin with over the years from ice skating. So I always had all these modalities, my sauna, I have to keep moving. I have my little thing that massages my muscles, So I was shocked when I had this kind of recovery, and I had like a kind of a well-being, and then sleep. Sleep was amazing. I can't even believe that I am sleeping without waking up in the middle of the night. I have preached about how important sleep is. My children, my family, they can't call me after a certain time at night, and that's pretty early, believe me, because I get animated and I start talking and then I can't sleep at all. So they know that sleep is super important. Even though I do so many things, I would always wake up at least once. I'd been doing much, much better, but not like now. Now I am actually sleeping. I can't believe it. So I get up a lot happier. My husband can vouch for that. I get up a lot happier. I'm not dragging as much. So that was monumental. I have clearer focus, just a lot more energy, and just kind of a feeling of well-being. So I'm very excited to continue. I'm going to use this hydrogen water forever. What I also find interesting is I have the scale, and it's called the Remfo, I think it's called. It's $29 on Amazon. I'm going to put it in the list down below. And what it is a smart scale. And the reason I mention it is because I measure everything. They say that you can't manage what you can't measure. So it's very interesting to see what your stats are, the fat in your body, your visceral fat, your water. My water skyrocketed. And that's the one thing I always work on. I drink a lot of water, but you know what? Just 10 ounces right here of these a day, and my water is so hydrated in my body because it goes right into your cell. So that is amazing right there. And I have that scale to prove it. So I would highly recommend that. I'll put it in the description box. It's like $20-something on Amazon. You hook it up to your phone. And then you get on it, and every morning it'll tell you what's going on. And I follow it all the time. And I actually have gone down in age. So that's a big bonus. And since I started drinking this water, I had already been going down like a year here, a year there. I was all excited this morning. I went down another year. So maybe it does let you age backwards. Who knows? But I think that, you know, I always say what you can't manage, you have to be able to measure things. In that way you can manage it and see how well you're doing. So I highly recommend you get one of those scales if you don't have one already. You know, they might not be as accurate as the huge ones, but they're pretty accurate. At least you can see what you're doing. You can see how much fat you have in your body. You can see your skeletal muscle. Is it improving? And it's a big boost to be able to see these things when you're working on your body, you know? So this was super exciting to me. Now I want to show you how this bottle works. Basically, Echo, you go here and you press here, and I don't know if you can see, but it has the bubbles coming up. If you press it once, it has two settings. You're going to get 2.5 parts per million hydrogen water. If you press it twice, it goes on 10 minutes, a little under 10 minutes, and you get 4.5 parts per million. And that is the dosage that is recommended for all the benefits with hydrogen water. So it's super, super simple. It's on the go. Now, I did a lot of research, okay? I mean, so much. I got into the weeds like I usually do. I went down the rabbit hole. I called the companies. I watched videos. I went from this is a scam to this isn't to this. Oh my God, it was just crazy. But I ended up getting this one because Dr. Paul Barriatero, he is the one that invented this one. This one is sold all over the world, you know, major. It was the original. I like it because it has a 5-year warranty. The doctor has been going, Dr. Paul, he has been traveling all over the country talking about hydrogen water for 20 years. He's a pioneer in it. You can look it up. So he has been all over talking about hydrogen. He has whole house units and all that, and eco technologies. So I like that. I had heard, and it's an investment, this thing. I mean, I have to tell you, it's more expensive than the others, but I don't want to mess with my health when I'm doing something like this. And it's the only one that has a 5-year warranty. The others are a year. There's all kinds of knockoffs. Some of them look like this. Don't be fooled. I would not get this on Amazon or anything like that. I just wouldn't. Too many things. For instance, when I told my husband that I wanted to get the hydrogen water, he's like, what? What is that? You know, so I'm always coming up with something. But now, he has one too. Okay. But when I told him about that, you know, he's like, God, I don't know. And then, so I kind of waited a while, started looking up things, and then they had it like 2 for 1. I was like, oh my God, you could get one too. Well, I saw Gary Brecka. I don't know if you know who Gary Brecka is, but he is a human biologist. He has a whole long story, very popular. And he brought it on Joe Rogan. So it, you know, it blasted off. I mean, all kinds of people saw it and it got very popular. So people started taking his ad and putting it on their bottle. So I saw his ad one day with this, it was much cheaper. So I immediately ordered them, and I found out that when I looked, it was a different name. So Gary Brecka, he only recommends the Echo, nothing else. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by bottles that look like this. Believe me, I've done the research. You can do it yourself, but I have looked into this. You want something safe, you know, that I can't go, I mean, I could go into all of the little technicalities, but you know, I'm not a technologist or whatever on this, but I did, you know, I have all the studies, and I really, really like this. And then I found out that all my doctors that I love, Dr. Pompa and then Andrew Huberman, I don't know if you know all these people, but they're really pioneers in their field. They all, Dr. McCullough, they all use Echo. So I figure if it's good enough for them, Kim Kardashian uses it, Tom Brady, all the athletes. So I don't think they're going to do anything that's bad for their health, but they've given it recommendations too. And they can afford whatever, but they're all using this bottle. So I trust this bottle, and it's very, very safe. and the way it's made is very sturdy. Now, a lot of people will say, first thing I said, how come it's not glass? Well, even the doctor, Dr. Paul, he talked about that. The reason is because it's food grade plastic. It's not heated up, so you're not getting any plastic in there. BPA free, everything. But the hydrogen in here would burst the glass. And it's echo to go, so you can take it with you. So you just put it in, you can see it's still going, it'll beep, and then you drink it, and you drink 3 of these a day. You can drink more. I've drank more. And it's pretty easy to wash. This is my husband's. You just take this off here, like this, on the bottom, and you can wash this with soap and water, hand wash only. Also, do not put tap water in here at all. You must put bottled or reverse osmosis or anything that's already filtered. This is not a filter, okay? It's not a filter. It is hydrogen in your water safely. That's what it's for. So basically, you know, I mean, just do not put tap water in it. And it comes with, you know, easy instructions. The battery life, it comes with a USB port, and it is, it lasts for about a week, the batteries, depending on how much times you redo it. You can take it with you. That's why it's called To Go. And I think it's absolutely fantastic. I think that if you try it, you'll be happy. I don't know if you know anything about the hydrogen water or if you've heard about it, but it's like all the rage, and we're able now to get it in these bottles. They've been around like quite a while, but the thing is it went crazy after Gary Brecka put it on Joe Rogan. Then, you know, and then you hear about Dana White. All of them love this bottle. So I'd love to know if you have ever tried it, what you think about it. If you have any questions, put them in the description. I mean, not the description box, in my description box. Put it in the comments below. I will try to answer, and if I don't know the answer, I'll get it for you. You know, if you'd like me to address anything that you have a concern about. But that's it for my Echo Water. I love it. I hope you'll give it a try. Give it a thumbs up if you found this interesting. And hey, try it out and let me know what you think. And I hope to see you on my next video.